Welcome to the Right Now Show. Tonight we're thrilled to have Gemma joining us from the Codswallop podcast. Alongside horror writer Dan B. Fierce. We'll also be treated to music from Sir Buchanan. And now, let's welcome your host, Blue.
All right, guys, welcome to the show. Gemma, how about you start us off and tell us a little bit about yourself?
Hi, thank you. So I'm Gemma. I'm the host of a podcast called Talking Codswallop here over in the UK. You probably picked up on the accent. And, I'm always at this stage I go, what do you want to know? But we're a comedy podcast, and there's 4 members on the podcast, but technically 2 at the moment. So 2 of them are just part-time. So it's myself and my co-host James, but also I've got another James on the podcast and an Andy as well. So just to give them a shout out because they're just as important. So, but yeah, I've been going for about 8 years, coming into our 9th year. And we've been really enjoying it ever since, really. The lads might actually turn around and say something different, but, I'm the boss. So
what the hell?
I make sure that they know that. So
Off the rip, I just want to ask, what the fuck is a Codswallop?
Yeah. Well, what do you think is Codswallop?
Well, you have a fish on your logo, so it makes me assume that it's like maybe it's the long version of cod, and we only know it as cod, and the real name of it is Codswallop.
No, I'm sorry, God, I'm stammering away there. The cod is only just like because I thought, as it says cod, I thought, oh, sod it, I'm going to go with like a fish. But actually, in the UK, it's quite a common term to say, what a load of codswallop. But basically, codswallop means trash. I'll say it in the American version. We'd say rubbish over here, but trash or,
bullshit,
shit, crap.
That's more like a American
like, what
term
a load
of
of crap. What a load of... So adding talking and codswallop together, it means that we're basically talking shit.
Bullshit, yeah.
Okay, that's cool. And Dan B. Fierce, thank you for coming back on the show. Why don't you tell our listeners some stuff? What was that?
He said thanks for having me.
Yes. Thank you for having me again.
How about you tell our listeners some stuff? Some stuff about yourself.
I'm dribbling coffee here.
Well, I'm a horror short story author. You can find my stuff on pretty much any place that you can buy your books.
No.
You can also go to www. So my name's Dan B. Fierce. That's my pen name. It's not my actual name. And I'm a horror short story author. You can find most of my books on any place that you can buy books from. I've contributed to a lot of anthologies, and you can find them on www.danbfiercebooks.com.
Wait, what happened? Is he still talking? Are you still talking?
Phantoms.com.
Yeah, he was answering the question because you said you needed to repeat it again. So because it went quiet.
Our dog went crazy because somebody's in our window, and so I had to go put him away because he wouldn't stop barking. Well, that's why we were like, hold on.
We didn't hear you say that.
Yeah.
We didn't hear you say that. Sorry.
And you can find most of my books anywhere where you buy books, or on www.danbfiercebooks.com or www.fiercephantoms.com. And it's phantom spelled Phantoms.
Oh, like a fan. Like you're a phantom.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool,
also,
actually. Oh my God, there's a ghost in the background.
Also, if it's okay for me to just add as well that Dan has got a magical power as well, that if he mentions audiobooks in a chat which you're involved in, it actually will come up in your emails, because that's what happened the other day, wasn't it? We were talking about the fact that you're on audiobooks, or you have them up there, and then I checked my emails and it was about 16 minutes later.
That's because the government is listening in on you. Not just our government, your government, both of our governments. So Gemma, what's the most absurd thing you ever laughed at that made you realize that you were destined for comedy podcasting?
I think the most absurd thing that I've ever laughed at is actually myself. It's I do the most stupidest of things on a day-to-day basis. Like I can't, I literally can't think of anything right off the top of my head, but it's I'll say something or I'll do something and it makes me laugh. And I'm not a comedian as such, but it's like I just love making people laugh and have fun. So, and to be able to do that on a semi-regular basis, with the podcast, most people always laugh at the stupid things that comes out of my mouth, or one of my co-hosts as well, because they're equally funny as well. So, but yeah, I think in life, I'm probably the most ridiculous thing that I've ever laughed at. So, and isn't that a good thing that you can laugh at yourself, surely?
Yeah, because if you're not going to be able to laugh at yourself, life will kill you. Like, it will break you down because
100%.
It has a sick sense of humor, which I think is hilarious.
Yeah, exactly. I've also had a bit of a theory in life as well, is that if not that you can't laugh at yourself, blah, 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 but also if you do something stupid and you laugh at yourself first, it takes the power away from the other person who's about to pick on you or laugh at you. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I get it, because one time me and Blue were on the bus one day, and there was a gentleman on the phone in a nurse's suit and outfit or whatever it was. And it looks like he's looking at Blue. So she's like, excuse me, can I help you? And then he starts yelling at her. And he gets up, he starts yelling, and then, well, he didn't get up yet, but they're both kind of like yelling at each other. I'm like, would you both shut the fuck up? Just like ignore each other and just keep going. You both mistaken something. And he's like, well, you're a fat piece of shit. I'm like, yeah, so? I know I'm fat. Is that all you got? Like, all right, then this is over with, bro. Like, you're the crazy one on the train, on the bus, yelling at somebody. You were looking at her when you were yelling at somebody on the phone. Obviously, she thinks you're talking to her. But you take take that ammo away from people, they can't do nothing to you. No,
exactly. It's like, it is. So sorry about my stammering. In an aggressive moment, I think that, either walk away or obviously in the case that you're stuck on a bus, you can't walk away. But, I think it's either walk away or just kind of try and use humor to try and get around it. I think those are the best things to do. But
okay, so you've mentioned that the late Steve Ashton inspires your humor. What's one ridiculous moment with him that still makes you chuckle?
Steve, Steve was more of it's going to sound weird saying an electronic cool friend, but he was more of a friend that I would speak to on Facebook and Twitter and things like that. Yeah, so I did meet him a couple of times, but he wasn't actually a personal a IRL kind of friend, you know what I mean? But he was part of a Patreon that I listened to at the time. And that's how I actually found out about him, basically. And he just was it was just such a comical guy. He had really dry sense of humor, which is a very British sense of humor. There's always a punchline, but you do have to look for it. But yeah, so we have got a dry, silly sense of humor, but most of the time it's a British person will get it. But I fully understand, for an American point of view, it can be a bit confusing, or it can sound a little bit sarcastic at times as well, which is not great because that's not what you're trying to do. But yeah, Steve, so I found out about him through this Patreon podcast that he was on, and he was just a great guy. He was just really, really awesome. And he sadly passed away about 2 years ago, sorry. And it was a really sad situation as well, because he was on his own when he passed away as well. So it broke a lot of us. There was a lot of people that really loved him and, his character and things like that. So, yeah. And I mean, he came on my podcast a couple of times to chat, and we had a debate over how to make a cup of tea correctly, because he was from the north and I'm from the south of England. So he he would put the milk in first and I would put the milk in second. And it's the ultimate debate in the UK of which one is which one is better.
You know how us Americans make our tea, right?
You just
throw it in the harbor.
Ruin it,
throw it in the harbor.
Wow. All right, so let's go on to the next question because Sky is telling me to move along.
No, you're not supposed to tell him that. That was
who's doing that? Was he?
Yeah, I did do that. I would do that. Yeah, exactly.
All right, so Gemma, your rants are legendary. What is the pettiest thing you've ranted about recently, and why did it drive you up the wall?
They are definitely legendary. Because we have a segment on the podcast as well, which is called "What a Load of Codswallop," where at the beginning of the show we always have rants and raves about something so insignificant that really, really pissed you off, or annoyed you throughout the week or however long it's been, or just in life in general, to be honest. So the most stupidest one I've ever moaned about is a lip balm. And I'm showing a lip balm to the camera for audio purposes, but it's always so frustrating and irritating when you've actually got the end of a lip balm and you can't get the contents out, and it just feels like a complete utter waste of money. So it's real first world problems, which we moan about. But equally, I think the one that I have always used, and it's like a hill that I'll die on kind of thing, is that I believe that Coldplay sucks. So sorry if there's any Coldplay fans here, but yeah.
Wait, don't you like Coldplay? Yeah. They can't see you shake your head, yes.
Yeah, I do, but it's okay.
Okay, no, that's fine. I understand that people in the world do like Coldplay, so I'm not attacking people, but it's just something about that band that really gets me so angry about that band. So
no, I get, because
we'll move on now.
I think the same thing about Justin Timberlake. I think Justin Timberlake is totally overrated. I think he has great songs; they're good songs, but none of his songs are like best 100 song of all time. They're all just catchy, and then people hate me for saying them. Like, no, I love him. I think he's a great actor too. I think he's funny. I think he's really good in comedies, but I just don't think he's that great of artist.
For us non-Brits, what's the secret sauce to nailing British comedy, and why do Americans keep getting it wrong?
I wouldn't say that Americans get it wrong, because it's a bit like what I said earlier, that we've got this dry sense of humour that most British people will get. But then, like I said, it does come across as a bit sarcastic, which I don't, none of us really want to have it that way, but when we say stuff, we'll be blunt with how we'll say stuff, but equally, it can be taken very, very negatively, if that makes sense, to the wrong ears. So I don't believe that, because like if I think of a load of comedians that are American, there's a lot, that really, really make me laugh and things like that. So I think comedy is in everything, but I think it is the audience that you're addressing at the time who are the ones that are going to get it, if that makes sense. Yeah.
Well, you keep saying dry. If you had to describe what it means to be dry, because I hear that and I sort of understand it, but I'm not really sure. Is there a way that you could enlighten this American, like a snicker, or is it more of like a payoff thing where you got to be patient?
Yeah, I think it's more of the payoff thing that you've got to be patient. So sometimes you'll say the joke and it will take a couple of seconds to process what that person's just said, and then you'll laugh. But if, so you need those couple of moments. But I think also it's just, you know what? I keep saying dry wit as well, and it's so hard to describe, but it is just so, we're so blunt with things, that we just like to say things, and we'll apologize later if we've really upset somebody, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, no, I think that's really refreshing. I wish.
Yeah.
I wish the world was more like that.
Just one. I was just going to reference one British comedian, and then we'll move on. But yeah, it's or two actually. You've got Billy Connolly, who you may know, is a Scottish
Dan knows
comedian.
him.
He's brilliant.
He is, and that's kind of what I mean by the dry wit as well. That he's telling a story. He's going blah 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 blah, and then it's like the punchline, kind of thing. But then there is a comedian who may not be quite as known, but he's called Jethro. And he's no longer with us, unfortunately. But he has gone through generations of my family. Like my gran loved him. My mum loved him. I think he's great. So it's many generations. He's extremely crude. And it's very, very funny. But, it's one of those things that it's kind of gone through the different generations, and it's kind of been accepted because it's him through every generation as well. So I don't know. I think it's just some people are going to get on they're not going to like stuff, and other people are going to like stuff, aren't they? So
yeah, if you don't like this right now, you could just stop listening.
Yeah, we've already got the download.
All right, finally, it's some Dan time.
In your British accent.
Your horror novels like Cabin 187 on Roadkill. I don't know.
That wasn't bad though. You sounded like Hermione for a second.
It wasn't bad. Well done.
I just haven't spoken like that in a really long time. Anyway, your horror novels like Cabin 187 and Roadkill King have a gritty, visceral edge. What real life fears or experiences do you channel to craft those chilling vibes?
To be honest, I treat my horror like in the same fashion that I always did when I was doing stand-up comedy. They taught us to take everyday things and just turn them on their ear and then crank it up to 11. For instance, Roadkill King was inspired by my commute to work on a highway that I'm on. As much as an animal lover as I am, I keep seeing, dead animals by the sides of the road.
That's the worst.
And it broke my heart because, you see all these animals. And then one morning I thought, well, what if somebody's doing this on purpose? And that's how Roadkill King was born.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Yeah, I like that. And then I actually have this philosophy that horror and comedy is the opposite of the same coin. Like it's the same thing.
Exactly.
It's just the unsurprising thing that happened, and that's what comedy is. That you're laughing because something happened you didn't expect, and in horror you're screaming because something happened you weren't expecting. So it's kind of cool how you mix the comedy and the horror and put it together.
Well, I do try to put a little bit of comedy in my horror too, because it's always a good mix.
I like things like that. Now I don't have to go read your stuff.
So next question. It's horror's a tough genre to stand out in. How do you balance writing what scares you versus what fans will devour?
One piece of advice that I glommed onto when I first started learning to actually do this as an author is they told me to write what you want to read. And I'm a big Stephen King and Edgar Allan Poe fan, Ray Bradbury, Shel Silverstein. I just love horror short stories. So that's what I would concentrate on when I was writing. And I just like I like to write something that has great atmosphere and good characters. Well, on a short story, you have to do that on a quick basis.
Yeah, I was going to ask that. Like, has you ever came up with an idea that you kind of loved, you had to give up on because it just wasn't working out the way you wanted it to?
Oh yeah, yeah.
I hate that because I started writing a little bit myself. I have I don't know if you know Horrifying History. She does a writing blog, and she needed help, so I sent a couple stories, and I really enjoyed it. But at the same time, I was really disappointed because it was the story I want to tell, but it didn't tell it the way I wanted it to, and I was kind of disappointed in it. But I was proud of it, but I was also like, ugh, I wish I didn't write that.
Yeah, I mean, there's always everything that I've written so far. I can still read over and think, I could have done that better.
Do you ever go back and actually edit as you go, like a living story that's constantly evolving that you haven't dropped?
Oh yeah, I still do that all the time with a lot of the stories. There was one class that I was taking that we were required to write stories for, and I've edited quite a few of those down. I've edited them up, added words to them. A few of them actually got picked up. So
that's pretty cool.
It just depends on on the call for the anthology, or if I'm doing it for one of my own books, then I'll just sit there and tweak it.
So Dan, for your writing your stories or to get any inspiration, have you done anything like weird or creepy to kind of like get your muse going?
Ooh, yeah, like method acting, but method writing.
Yeah, or like I don't know, dissected one of these roadkills.
Did you ever go?
Like, I don't know.
Wow, you're a decrepit mind, bro. You ask if you ever did a autopsy on the roadkill.
I don't know what writers do. I don't know.
No, I haven't ever done anything quite like that. I've left most of my mischief days along with my youth, but I've considered doing a few things like wearing the bloody "I'm fine" hoodie into a graveyard or something like that, and doing social media posts that way. I think the creepiest thing I ever did was one of my stories in Cabin 187 was about a cryptid called the Piasa, or the Piasa bird, which is a Native American thing. And I traveled over to Alton, Illinois, where the Piasa bird mural is painted on the side of a cliff. And as I was exploring the park there, along with my husband, we were just taking pictures, and I was exploring what they would let me explore of the cave. I heard a low growling sound from way back in the back of the cave. And I just shrugged it off thinking, it was probably just traffic noise from the road that was up above. But if I could have recorded it, if I would have thought to record it, it would have sounded genuine.
That's pretty creepy. And then I just noticed that your shirt says, "I'm the quiet neighbor with the big freezer."
Oh my God. That's fucking awesome.
Where is this big freezer? Where are you hiding? Is this where you keep the roadkill?
Wait, do you have like a lot of...
I give the roadkill to friends because they sell the bone parts.
That'd be a great restaurant, roadkill, and they just go outside, whatever got ran over.
Yeah. Do you have a collection of like creepy, weird shirts and stuff like that, or like merch?
Yeah, I've got a lot of shirts that are horror or writer related.
That's cool.
She has one that says, "I'm a writer. Anything you say or do can and will be used in a story."
I love that. That's cool.
Her character, she has her thing is where her horror is. She has the Funko Pops of the guy from what's his name with the axe?
I was trying to do a collection of like Pennywise.
She has like 3 Pennywise. Yeah. She has what's that guy?
And I have Patrick Bateman from American Psycho. He has like
Psycho. Yeah,
he has the
in the raincoat scene.
Yeah, the clear.
Where
like,
he chops the dude's head in his living room
with the axe and everything. I like.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, I was trying to do something, but the Funko Pops, I guess I was feeling like it was too much clutter. So I was I don't think I like this.
I think that whole thing is kind of creepy because now that I'm looking over at it, there is all those characters, but then there's also the sugar skulls and different skulls, and then there's a Furby, or an original Furby that my grandmother passed. I wound up because I got it for her for her birthday.
Enough on their own.
Well, yeah, she was an old lady all by herself, so I got her the Furby so she could talk to it, and she used to love it. And then when she died, I somehow got it back like 10, 15 years after she died. My sister gave it to me and made me cry. But now that I'm looking over it, it's really creepy looking over there with the rest of the things. All right, so then we're going to move over to, we're going to rename it since now we know what Codswallop means. This game is called British or Codswallop. We're going to come up with 10 fun British facts, and both of you will tell us what you think it is, and then we'll try to keep score. But points don't really matter. Whoever wins is just who we likes better at that time.
I don't know.
See, look, I can hear Darren cheating already. He got his cheat sheet out.
Yep. That was just for the questions, though.
All right, so here we go.
You do the first one. I'll do the second one. We'll go back and forth.
Okay. All right, so
is this British or is this Codswallop?
The UK has over 500 pubs named the Red Lion, making it the most common pub name in the country. True or false?
True.
Dan, what are you going to say?
I'll go with false.
It's true.
The Red Line. Do you know why it's like the Red Line? Like why is the Red Line so popular there?
I imagine because of like the royal family and things like that. But also, I know that lions, basically it's like a British person is kind of like we've got, like when we play football, as you'd call it, soccer, we have 3 lions on our shirt. So lion is quite a big thing, especially in England. So England, part of the UK, rather than Wales, Scotland, and Ireland. But so I think it was probably just that. Why it's red, I don't know.
All right. Next one. We have something called maybe you could help me with this pronunciation. The Gloucestershire Host, an annual cheese rolling. Do you know this?
I am familiar with it. It's called Gloucestershire.
Gloucestershire hosts an annual cheese rolling race where people chase a wheel of cheese down a steep hill, often resulting in injuries. True or false?
It's true.
Wait, you just chuck cheese down the hill?
Yeah, it's like a massive, big roll of cheese. Those, it's like really huge, and they run after. I personally have never done it because I feel as though I'm not stupid enough to do it. But
do they do the same? Do they do this the same time they do the soapbox? Because Blue loves watching the soapbox downhill races.
Yeah, it would be very similar. But you've got to try and catch the cheese. But I know that a lot of people got injured doing this, but at the same time, I think they deserve it because it is so stupid.
Is this British or Codswallop?
The British Museum houses a 3,800-year-old Babylonian tablet from a customer complaining about poor quality copper, essentially the world's oldest customer service gripe. Is this true or false?
Ooh, I don't know this one, so I'll let Dan go first.
Oh, let him get it wrong first, right?
Yeah.
I think I'm going to go ahead and go with true on this because there's always been Karens around.
Right. As old as time. It's true.
So what do you think, Gemma? Hold on, Gemma. What do you think? Is this true or false?
I'm going to go with false, just to even it up. Potentially, so I'll go opposite so that, we get a fair share of winning.
What do you got over there? Is it true or false, Blue?
It's true.
It's true.
A freaking 3,800-year-old complaint.
Yeah, it's a customer service complaint. It's a 4,000-year-old customer service complaint. My copper isn't hard enough. Well, then don't use copper.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
Can you imagine the scholars that translated that and the disappointment that they must have had?
Yes, because I love this story. I have a story because Blue is Dominican, so she's been teaching me Spanish over the last 10 years. And a while back ago, I was in a elevator with somebody speaking Spanish, and I understood the whole conversation. For the first time, I actually eavesdropped on somebody. And you know what they would talk about? They would talk about to go to McDonald's and get a breakfast. And I'm like, I finally get in there and I finally understand the conversation is about getting a cheese McMuffin.
Dumb.
All right, so is this British or Codswallop? David Beckham once launched a line of luxury tea bags called Posh Brew, which flopped due tasting like dishwasher. True or false?
I'd say false.
I like how you say false. False.
False.
Dan, we got true or false?
I'm going to go with true.
It's false.
Yeah, we are very proud of our tea in this country. So I think, I think David Beckham would be probably hung strong and, quartered something.
All right. During World War II, the British government seriously considered using carrier pigeons to deliver secret messages, with some pigeons having earning medals. Even earning
True.
medals.
Oh, sorry.
No, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, it's a game for both of you. Both get answer. You could be wrong. You don't know everything.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree.
All right, and it is true.
Yeah, you guys will give medals to anybody.
No.
I heard
Not as much
a
anymore,
dog got
but yeah.
a medal. I heard like a bear got a medal. Oh, okay, yeah. In 1861, is this British or Codswallop? In 1861, a British cookbook published a recipe for a toast sandwich, which is just spread between two slices of toast. Is this true or false?
It's probably true.
I
Dude,
feel like
what do you think? True or false?
Don't take offense to this, but it sounds like a very British thing, so I'm going to say true as well.
This one is
I
true.
agree, so don't worry.
Yeah, this one's true. In 1861, a British cookbook had toast sandwich. Like you just put bread in between. Oh my god! I thought we were broke because we would do mayo. We didn't even have money for mayo, so it was mustard sandwiches. But like toast, that
Ketchup
just
sandwiches.
ketchups.
Yeah.
Yeah, my mom liked mustard. It was cheaper too.
All right. So in 2005, London banned red double-decker buses for a week because they were too cheerful during a heat wave. Is that true or
That
false?
sounds like some British would you ruin everybody's funds. Too cheerful.
I
want to
say that's false, but it also sounds ridiculous enough to be true. So, but I'm still going to go with false.
It is.
Yeah, I think I'll go with false.
All right. And it's Codswallop. It is false.
Yay!
Some of these are really funny because you think some of them shouldn't be true and they are. Some of them shouldn't be false and they aren't.
Yeah.
All right, so we have British or Codswallop. The flat at 221B Baker Street is a fully functional detective agency staffed by actors pretending to be Sherlock Holmes. True or false? All right, Dan, you should know this one. This is writing. This is right up your alley.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with true, just because they would probably want to do that for tourism purposes.
That's what I was thinking as well. So I'm going to go with true as well for that one.
This one's false.
Oh,
But it sounds like
they
something
need
they
to get on
should
that, though,
do,
don't they?
right? You could have
Yeah.
people come in and like have the guy from House, or if you're like the newer guy, what's his name? Bumberham Bacher? What's his who's Doctor Strange?
Oh God, I can't think what his name is either. Cumberbatch.
Cumberbatch. There you go.
Cumberbatch. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's such a great name. Cumberbatch. The British accent makes everything sound better.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Well, except for the Cockney.
But
I don't think I would want to. Oh, put it in my pipe. Put the pipe in my. I don't know if that would be hot sounding to hear.
Oh my God.
wanna pick a pocket or two.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead, Blue.
I
You
have a
got the
feeling
next one.
Sky would have a Cockney accent if he was British.
Yes. What you trying to say? I'm ghetto, bro?
Wow.
I mean, you're honestly right. I am very ghetto. I grew up in the projects. I once made a TV antenna dish out of aluminum foil because we lived on the 5th floor, and I stuck it out the window, and I used to get Philadelphia 5. I'm in New York City, and I used to get Philadelphia's TV shows just by sticking out this little. It looked like a dish, a satellite dish made of aluminum foil.
All right. Big Ben has a hidden karaoke bar inside its clock tower used by MPs for late night sing-alongs. Is this true or false?
It's false, but I also would kind of believe that the government would do something so ridiculous. But anyway, I'm not going to go on to that topic.
Please don't. It's bad enough we have the CIA following us because all our episodes about aliens and stuff. We don't need the British people coming after us too.
I'll go with false on this one as well.
Yeah, it is false, but this would feel like this would be like a great rave spot, no? Just like shoot out the music from Big Ben. Like, couldn't you make money off that too? These sound like great ideas. Gemma don't like it.
No, I was going to say once an hour though, you'd be deafened by the bong of the bell, wouldn't you? So.
Yeah. And then plus it's like going to Lincoln Memorial and then hearing Celebration Time while you're like watching the thing. Like you don't want to be like, what is it? Doesn't even go with what's going on.
Yeah, and
Someone's
one
singing-
of Boris Johnson or someone, like just jigging.
Someone's singing "Hoot for Whom the Bell Tolls." What's going on here?
Ooh, that would be good. That would be good.
All right, we have one last one, and it's with British's favorite writer, J.K. Rowling. J.K. Rowling was forced to pay a special wizard tax to the British government for earning too much money from Harry Potter. True or false?
I'd say that was false.
What do you think, Dan? Do you think there's a wizard
think so.
tax? The British tax everything,
Yeah.
bro. They tax everything. That's what they taught us in school anyway. But this one is false. But we're going to give that one to Dan because we just like Dan better that round. Good job, Dan.
Well done, Dan.
Gemma was all hot. She kept like, yeah, I know everything. You know what? Forget it. You win.
Yeah, exactly. But, at least I can go off now and I can roll down a hill with some cheese. So I'm fine.
That sounds fun too. I love that. Now it's time for our musical guest, Sir Buchanan.
Woo.
If we know they sing, now roofing with the do. This girl are the bone of my bone. You are the bone of my bone, the flesh of my flesh. I love you. You are the bone of my bone, the flesh of my flesh. I love you. Yeah. I love you. I love you. You are the bone of my bone, the flesh of my flesh. I love you. I can't ask God for more. To be with you, not sure you a complete package. A complete package. You are the love of my life. The girl I cannot deny. A complete package. A complete package. You have really been there for me from the first day I met you. Oh my baby, oh my little chamba. Oh my little chamba. When I look into your eyes, my love I they see. You are my one and only. You are my beauty queen. You are the bone of my bone, the flesh of my flesh. I love you. Yeah. I love you. I love you. You are the bone of my bone, the flesh of my flesh. I love you. The way you smile is so nice. Everything about you is alright. Your beauty is shining so bright, yeah. Remember, say we go for the Jima. People go call you my Jima. Your love they make me feel alright. You have really been there for me from the first day I met you. Oh my baby, oh my little chamba, oh my little chamba. When I look into your eyes, my love I they see. You are my one and only. You are my beauty queen. You are the bone of my bone, the flesh of my flesh. I love you. You are the bone of my bone, the flesh of my flesh. I love you.
Ooh. You look good, baby. Why are you distracting me? Get out of here. I don't got time for that. I know you. All right, thanks a lot, everybody, for joining in. That was Sir Buchanan with My Bone. I love that song. It's a fun Afrobeat song. It's based on a religious song. Gemma, thank you so much for joining in. Let us know what's your favorite place we could find you.
Well, on the obviously on social media, we are at Codswallop Pod. So it's CODWALLOPPOD. And we're pretty much that for all across the board, basically. We're available on Podbean, Apple Podcasts. I'll send you the link.
Follow me on
Like I
Podbean.
said,
We'll
I'll send you the link tree, and then so anyway, you can find podcasts basically. I have got a goal this year as well to try and reach 100,000 downloads. That's across the all time. So
yeah, but still,
until sorry?
Jesus, but still, that's all. They're trying. Their goal right now is to get 100,000 downloads. How long it took? 8 years, you said, to get 100,000?
Well, 8 years at the moment, and we're sort of going into our 9th year, but we're at 83,000 at the moment.
Yeah, but that's
so,
gettable. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm hoping it's sort of they're about 17,000, which is an awful lot, but it would mean an awful massive amount to me, basically, to try and reach this goal. And I'm giving it until the end of the year as well. So, by the 30th of December.
So if you're one of the 50 people listening to this episode right now, check the link in the description. Go give them a listen and get them to that 100,000K.
That would be absolutely amazing. So, yes, thank you if you could. I mean, if you just want to listen for like 5 minutes and then just go through all of the episodes and listen for 5 minutes, that's absolutely fine. I love it.
I do too, but then when I check the stats and then I see somebody literally listened for like 2 minutes and never came back, I'm like, come on, man, you could have given us a little more than 2 minutes. That's basically intro. You didn't even give me the intro. All right, Dan Be Fierce. Do you have any special books coming out soon that you want to talk about, or do you want to whatever you want to promote right now? It's your space.
Well, I have my first attempt at a YA horror coming out. Hopefully
that's young adults for those that don't know.
Called The Creator's Curse, and just keep an eye out on my socials and my websites for that.
And we will have those linked in the episode description. Sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut off. I was telling the audience now that they can actually, when you'll actually see it in the episode description. So scroll down and click on it too.
Yeah.
So go ahead. Give them the website. Sorry.
It's www.danbfiercebooks.com. And I'll also provide a link tree that has most or all of my socials.
Yeah, and if you also like Dan and you want to hear more from him, check back in our episode of Paranormal Pursuits. He was actually on the show, I think, a year and a half ago, I want to say. So it's been a minute.
Was it that long ago?
I feel like it was at least a year. But then again, the podcasting stuff kind of blurs after years. Like this is we're on our second or third year. And a lot of the shows just like blend in. Like I don't even like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It definitely feels like I haven't seen you in a while. But that's gonna be it for us. For Blue, I want to say, do you want to do it, babe? Since you're here.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining us on the Right Now show. Please remember to check in on your friends, check in on yourself, and that everybody deserves love, especially you.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Good night. Thank you for having us.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you for having us. Bye-bye.